This body of believers has been continually building our family and building in faith. From a small group of Christians to today's thriving congregation, our ministries have continued to serve God and our community. Today, as we seek the Spirit's guidance to bring more people to Christ, our current facilities are just not keeping up. We need to provide a place where our friends and our neighbors in our town can feel welcomed and experience Him.
This congregation here at Hermosa started in about '56. Looking back over the years, I think all of those before me had vision and kept moving forward, and that's what I've liked about the church here.
You look forward to getting up and going to church because you want to see all the people that are there, and it's just one big family. That's what it's always been.
We visited several times and knew immediately that this was our family. This was the place that would be home.
Well, I think we really care about each other, and when people need something, it happens.
The truth is what this congregation is based on, and that's what we want to be part of.
Well, one thing that's exciting to me now is the number of young families that we have and the very small children.
I love the babies. Cradle roll is amazing. I've been doing it, 25 years probably. Right now we have anywhere between 4 to 10 children at one time in this very small area. It would be wonderful if we could just have a little bigger area, a bigger play area, someplace for the kids to be safe.
Because of the size of our classes on Wednesday night, we do not have enough room in our classes. There's literally not enough room for the kids in there. We've had kids sitting on my left and right instead of sitting at the tables because we've had so many kids. So it'd be great to see more room.
We have kids who are joining our youth group because we have other kids who are sharing the message with them and in ways that they've never heard it. Our kids, I think, are some of the best evangelists in this congregation.
You know, as our church is growing here, we're seeing the numbers of our kids are increasing, and a need that I see is a place where our kids can have a place of their own.
They're not afraid to invite their friends. They're not afraid to ask somebody totally outside of their group to come to church.
And I would like to see somewhere where we can go after school and have our friends over, and we can just kind of relax and kind of hang out, and that way more casually have a conversation about God.
We're very strong and very big on our education and in our Bible classes. And frankly, we've just run out of space. What's happened?
When I first got here in terms of adult education, I was asked to step in and kind of teach a young adults class. And when we got there was a good group, but it kept growing and growing, and that young adults class just kept getting bigger and bigger. And eventually we took over the biggest classrooms we could find, and it still was not enough.
And at the same time, you want to have a place that's very inviting.
And I know that when people come inside our doors, they're going to feel very welcome. That's just the natural way our congregation works. I think having that just attractiveness to the outside of the building is going to get people's attention first of all.
And I don't care who you are, you walk into a place, you look around to see, is this a friendly place? Not always the people, how does it look when I walk in? Is it a safe place? Do I know this is a safe place I can trust my kids?
A lot of families both work, and it's tough to have a decent place for their kids to go. And it is such a tremendous need in our community that we know exists, that first we're meeting the need. And that is after Jesus. He met their needs first. He fed them. He soothed them. He consoled people. He healed them. And then he fed them the Word.
We've brought more people to our congregation who come in vehicles that take up the parking spaces, and unfortunately a lot of that parking is across major thoroughfares.
It has young children and the elderly crossing one of the major roads of Artesia.
It would be so wonderful for our new facility to have plenty of parking and everything be under one roof.
congregation. We need a building that is built to incorporate the technology available today and the potential for whatever may lay on the horizon.
And I'm really excited about the possibilities for our new worship facilities to be able to video the sermons that are going on and be able to broadcast the video and the audio of our worship services and our sermons around the facility, as well as broadcast on the internet.
Through the years, people have been praying for a spirit of evangelism. And so I see a lot of people just thinking outside the box at times about what they need to do, but also just inviting their friends, and they're excited about being here.
We're all given the ministry to preach to others, whether it be in a corporate setting, a small group setting, or a one-on-one setting.
To have a building where you could use it on a daily basis or be able to welcome friends in on a daily basis, you know, because it's one thing to say, hey, will you go to church with me on Sunday, to this big formal congregation, as the, hey, let's go to the church building and grab a cup of coffee. It seems like that's a lot less threatening for people outside to bring them in.
I think we have a lot of opportunities and a lot of things to be excited about by building this new building. We can find ways to provide ministries that weren't available before. That's a time that you could have gotten somebody to come into the church building who would have never thought they were ever going to lay a foot inside a church building, so to speak.
God is clearly moving in our church family. We need to make sure that we're fulfilling the mission and vision that God continues to give us. Let's expand our vision and prepare for a new season of growth in our facilities and in our lives.
At Hermosa Church of Christ, we will continue to love God, follow Jesus, make disciples, and equip others for service through our new facilities. The lobby will be an open and inviting space with a check-in desk for visitors and guests. Our new lobby will provide multiple spaces to encourage and enhance intimate and comfortable conversations. This will be a place to invite friends to meet during the week and serve as a gathering spot for the church and our community. Our new auditorium will be a welcoming space to worship God. With an expansive design and individual seats, this space will easily accommodate weddings and other large functions. And with state-of-the-art acoustics, our auditorium will provide a comfortable worship atmosphere. The Kids Playscape will give our children a safe place to play after worship and during gatherings, as well as a fun space for birthday parties and other celebrations for our families. The children's classes will be grouped in a defined, secure area. This will be a bright and colorful space where our children will continue to know God and experience Him. Our youth will finally have a place of their own. Incorporating technology and aesthetics tailored to youth activities, this space will be an appealing and inviting place for teens to bring their friends from the community. The fireside area will be a multifunctional space, allowing for everything from small classroom settings to large gatherings and banquets. Welcome to our new home. Let us continue to love God, follow Jesus, make disciples, and equip others for service.
On Christ the solid.
You know, when I first came here, I thought we have the potential of doubling in size. I still believe that. But it's not about just doubling in size because of numbers. Each one of those people represent a soul that needs Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see, how we're going to reach the community because of it, and how with that our church family's going to grow.
Right.
It's just time now to go on further, like it's been done in the past, just keep progressing forward.
This has been a dream of mine for years, that we get a new building and put the whole congregation in it. And so I'm really excited about it.
The possibilities of growth that we can have, not just number-wise, but a place for people to come, a place for people to get to know God. We can go out and we can expand God's kingdom, and especially not just in Artesia, but if it starts here, throughout the whole world.
And nothing could be greater than to make that same pitch in our own community in our own style. Not without some effort, not without some work, and not without some sacrifice. But that's what spreading God's Word's all about.
This vision that we seek from God is exciting, but our vision is never about a building, but always about building people's lives for His glory. From the Red Sea to the Jordan, we've always been a people called to follow God's will into new territories. Join us as we expand our vision of building faith and family and prepare for a new season of growth in our facilities and in our lives, all to the glory of God.
On the solid rock